Alright guys, what's going on? It's Gomensuki here, back at it again with the second video. What I assume will be the second video. I'm kind of still deciding when I'm going to upload the Skatash video. Probably when she actually gets announced off the Facebook page or whatever. I think that'd be a good time to release it. Probably the most useful time when most people are needing help about it and want to know what Skatash is all about. So today, I'm going to go over traits in Fake Grand Order, which is something that actually has to do with Skatash. One of her skills is Strength Up against Divine. And now this is going to be a video kind of targeted towards newer players of the game, not so much like more experienced players, because if you're more experienced, I'm pretty sure you would already know how all this works. So if you don't know how servant traits works, basically what they are, they're traits that are applied to a servant, kind of self-explanatory, through their passive abilities. So let's just start off at the basics. This event, well, the Good event is currently an ongoing event in Fake Grand Order right now. And with that, we got the new 4-star servant, Oda Nobunaga. Most people just know her as Nobu. She has a skill called Tenka Fubu A. What that skill does is increase on attack against divine enemies for 1 turn. And now what I'd like to assume, or what I am assuming, is new players won't know what divine is per se. They won't necessarily know what the skill will be effective against. Like if I just started the game, I probably have no idea. Or even if I was like a level 80, I probably would still have no idea. Because the game does not go out of its way to explain this to you in any tutorial or any form, shape, or fashion. Just kind of throws it at you. If you're wondering, how can you tell what servant is divine, or what servant is undead, for example? And it's not that hard. Once I show you how, you can do this with a guide now. You can just do it on your own if a new servant is unleashed or released, and they have a strength up against, like, I don't know, beast per se. You will know how to find if they're beast or not, and you won't have to refer to a guide anymore, which is that's what I hope you walk away with this video. So like I said before, a trait is a passive ability that kind of describes a servant. So let's take Julius Caesar for example, right here. He was a servant that was featured in the Saber quest for the Guda event. And there's a reason for that. Nobu's Noble Phantasm is strong against riding enemies. You're wondering what's rider? Is it rider? It's just rider servants? No, that's not the case. And she also has a skill that's strength against divine enemies, which is why I'm kind of referring back to divine over and over again, also because Skatash has a skill that goes up against divine enemies. Just click on Julius Caesar right here. If you actually scroll down in game, you can see this too by just going to the servant page. Passive skills. He has magic resistance C, which is kind of irrelevant to this whole discussion, so we're just going to ignore that. But he has riding B and divinity D. That's right. Riding B, divinity D. Now, here's probably where we're going to start to get it. Because these passive skills are riding and divinity, you can assume he's going to be a riding servant and a divine servant, just by looking at the passive skills. That is one way to tell. That's one way to tell what their their traits are going to be. Looking at their passive abilities is probably the easiest way. It's actually definitely the easiest way to tell what their alignment is going to be. Also, it's pretty self-explanatory just by looking at the servant in some cases. Like, for example, look at Talma no Neko, and you can see she's a cat. This could be a beast. And you can also look at, I don't even know this guy's name, Hacian Lobo, and it's pretty obvious that he's going to be a beast because he's literally a wolf. And same with this guy right here, Jaguar Man. His name is literally Jaguar Man. Not much else to say there. But yeah, that's how you tell what traits a servant is going to have. But now, servants aren't the only enemies in the game that have traits. There's also enemy traits. When enemies are kind of even more self-explanatory, you can easily tell these guys are going to be beast. Easily tell these are going to be large, because these guys, they take up a good majority of the screen, or they take up like half the screen. And here's where it kind of gets more difficult. Roman, you can tell that's Roman. Tell those are Greek. Tell those are king. Well, you can't really tell these are king. You might want to have to refer to the wiki for this attribute. But dragon is pretty self-explanatory as well. But divine, here we have the divine enemies, which have not yet appeared in Grand Order. See, there's really no easy way to tell, as far as I'm concerned, what trait an enemy's gonna have. You're gonna want to refer to the wiki if you can't assume it yourself. Usually it's easy enough to tell, like if there's a strength up against, I don't know, beast enemies. If you see like a werewolf, it's gonna be beast. That's really all there is to say about traits, honestly. Once you get the hang of it, once you know what to look for and where to find the traits and the passive abilities, it is really easy to tell. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that this helped out you newer players out there, even some of you experienced players who were not aware of traits. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Well, actually, you don't have to subscribe. I don't really care that much, but it would be helpful if you did. So yeah, yet again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.